What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that's been kind of going on for the last couple weeks, and again, this is just my opinion on it. Jonathan Taves. So if you guys are new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Join the squad. I'd love to have you guys here. Lots of hockey talk, lots of Maple Leafs talk, lots of news, trades, rumors, everything that we have fun talking about in a podcast, and cool stuff. Live shows coming soon, so be sure to stick around. But Jonathan Taves, okay, one of the greatest hockey players of all time, you could say. And I believe he was a part of the top 100 NHL greatest players ever. So he's definitely a legend in the game, a great, classy centerman on and off the ice, from what I know, from what I have been told as a hockey fan through the media and what I've saw in my eyes. And, you know, I grew up watching Jonathan Taves, and I'm 28 years old now. And oh my God, for a second there, I forgot my age. I'm like, am I 29? No, I'm 28. God, I'm losing it. That's not good. I'm getting old. But I grew up watching Jonathan Taves and his dominance with the Blackhawks alongside Patrick Kane and Corey Crawford and the amazing team that the Blackhawks had for many years. But he might return to the NHL, and for a lot of people it's kind of a surprise, including myself, because it was said that he had a lot of injury trouble. He had a lot of issues with his respiratory system, I believe. I believe it was long COVID, along with some other issues and some concussion issues. But it's a lot of health related things, of course, and it cut his career short, and he didn't look the same even coming back from some of those issues when he did come back. Now, the Hockey News kind of brought out some of the news here, saying that longtime NHL star center and former Blackhawk Jonathan Taves might be interested in making a return to action. So a lot of fans and media are intrigued of him joining their favorite franchise. And this is where it kind of comes in, because he has a huge championship pedigree, 3 Stanley Cups, a Conn Smythe as the MVP of the playoffs, a Selke Trophy for one of the best, for being the best NHL's best defensive forward, 6-time All-Star. He has a lot of championship pedigree, and you can see where this gets a little bit interesting for Leaf fans. And of course, this is what we're here to talk about today. And I know a lot of people are going to watch this video and think, God, you are absolutely insane, but I'm just giving my opinion on it. The Maple Leafs should 100% be checking in on Jonathan Taves, because, first of all, his contract demands are not going to be high. He's coming back from what I guess was a career-ending health issue, and he's going to be wanting to join a championship team, a team that's going for a championship. And again, some people might be laughing at that, thinking, oh, you think the Leafs are a contender? Don't you worry, we're going to be talking about that, in the next coming videos. But I think that it makes all the sense in the world for the Maple Leafs to kick tires on Jonathan Taves and at least consider him for the playoff run. And they could be redesigning their entire center depth, because I think that they should be going after a centerman via trade. They're going for that depth scoring, and who knows, maybe you need a Jonathan Taves as well to go out there and potentially bolster that center position. Now, the reason why it's a little bit interesting is because Frank Saravalli, and again, depending on which sources you believe in and who you think has good sources, Frank Saravalli has broke a lot of news in the past, but he said that on Amazon Sports on Prime Canada Broadcasters, God, that's a mouthful, identified the Maple Leafs, Winnipeg Jets, and Colorado Avalanche as potential suitors for the veteran center. And for me, I actually think the Avalanche are towards the top of that. I think he wanted to play there, if I'm not wrong. But out of those 3 teams, I think the Maple Leafs, personally, just my opinion, I think the Maple Leafs are the best team there. Again, I'm biased, but the Jets are obviously a fantastic hockey team, and the Avalanche haven't been as advertised this year. But those 3 teams are really interesting. I think Patrick Kane said that he would love to see Taves back on the Blackhawks, even though he's not even on the Hawks anymore. And to me, I'm wondering if Taves realizes, look, like, I want to be able to decide when I play my last game. if he signs with the Hawks and it's kind of like I know the city, I know the team, I know the management group, I know the coaching staff. I'm going to play in a few games here and there. I'm going to play in the last game of the season. I'm going to ride off into the sunset if I don't feel like my body is able to actually come back and play at a high level, because I believe he's 36 or 37 years old. But before he left, he was still producing. And the reason I say that is because in the last season he played, he had 31 points in 53 games, good for 15 goals and 16 assists. And as you can see, the last few years, he hasn't really been his full authentic self, and he hasn't played in a couple years. The last season that you could say, yeah, a real good season was the 1920 season with the Blackhawks, 60 points in 70 games, and he had 18 goals. The year before that, he had 35. So when he's healthy, the guy can still pot 20 to 25 goals. But he's getting a little bit older now, so you don't really know what his production will be like. And, of course, the health is a huge factor. But that stat line in the 2022-23 season is not bad at all. And for a team like the Maple Leafs or even the Jets or even the Avalanche, if any of those teams are looking for depth and guys that can score, that can give you production from a second or third line, why are you going to say no to that? Like, if you look at the Maple Leafs right now, they're getting secondary scoring from Matthew Nyes. They're getting a little bit from Nick Robertson. They're definitely getting a lot from Bobby McMahon as well. Tavares and Marner as leading scorers along with Nylander and Matthews. Those four guys are giving you the top end, and you've got a few guys giving you that second tier of scoring. Like I mentioned, the Nyes, the Robertson, the McMahons, Domi here and there, but you're getting that secondary scoring. But the Leafs need to bolster that. They need another guy that's a 20-goal guy. They need another one that they can turn to on a second or third line. That's not just like, okay, let's kill a couple minutes out there and then our big boys will get back out. You need 2 or 3 really good lines to be amazing in the playoffs. Like, the line I always bring up to people is the HBK line in Pittsburgh when they were so good. What was it? Hagelin, Bonino, and Kessel. They went out there and they were probably the most dangerous line in that whole playoffs. And Kessel probably should have been playoff MVP 1 or 2 times, like back to back, like he could have. And you need a line like that. And I know Domi, McMahon, and Robertson has looked really good, but in the playoffs, is Robertson going to become a problem? Is McMahon and Domi going to become a problem because they're smaller guys? They're Domi is tough, but are they going to get kind of shelled in? Are they going to kind of get scared? Are they going to play the way that they play with the skill and finesse a little bit? In the playoffs, it's a little bit of a different style game. You need to add to that just in case that doesn't work. You need to add to those guys. You need to push them down the lineup in order for them to play even better, because if you add, it just makes everybody else better. And in terms of Jonathan Taves, I want him to be healthy. I want him to be healthy for his family, for himself, and for his fans, for the Hawks fans. I mean, he needs to end it the way he wants to end his career, and if this is what he truly wants, I would hope the Maple Leafs are at least interested, because if he is healthy and he says that he thinks he can go at it one more time, I want to see what he can do. And he adds a lot off the ice as well. You have to remember, it's a mental thing as well in the dressing room, in the playoffs. And you can see with Berube already as the Leafs coach, the different mentality in the room on and off the ice. It's changing some things. And with some of the guys that the Leafs have brought in, like a Tanev, an OEL, even a Stolars, those guys have experience, a lot of experience. And even though Stolars hasn't really been a starting goalie, he's been on a Stanley Cup winning team. So all 3 of those guys, right? So you need to go out there. Well, Tanev, has Tanev won the Stanley Cup? I don't think he has. Actually, that's interesting. I can't remember now. I don't think so. I don't think he has. So again, the Maple Leafs need to go out there. They need to go get depth. And if Jonathan Taves is a part of that, that's going to be where it gets a little interesting. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you are new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Join the squad. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.